She's trying to break down the door. Maya, leave us alone. You fluffy... Oh, you furry baby. I'm gonna squeeze you. Meow. Meow.
Hasta baby.
She's so annoying. What's her issue? Hello and welcome to Provi Com. My name's Chris, and for the first time, I don't know, maybe this isn't the first time for some of you who have had the distinct privilege of seeing me in my skin suit. This is what I look like. My setup is really crappy. I'm still figuring this out. I have a file cabinet behind me, and today's live audience is we have a stuffed bear, a stuffed buffalo, and a stuffed turtle, and we have my business associate, Ina Jansen.
Hello everyone.
She's also my roommate, my personal chef, and my beloved wife. Sky, on Monday in his podcast, he was requesting more PDA from couples. That pervert. Ina, do you know what PDA is? What? Do you know what PDA is? No, we're gonna have to explain especially for people living outside Western nations, Western countries. PDA is public displays of affection. Sky was complaining that he doesn't see couples displaying their affection often enough. What a sick request. So here we have Ina, and here you go, Sky.
Stop, Chris.
There.
You make me cranky.
Anyway, I disagree with Sky, and so I scoured Facebook for some proof that couples in Providence do display their affection. So we're going to take a look at a few. Ready, Ina? I found these on Facebook. All right, here we have, let's start out here. Tim Taverniti. Yeah, look at him and his wife. Look, you see that? Is that, yeah, so cute. Wow.
I love them.
And here's Tim Taverniti with a cookie. I can't tell who he loves more, his wife or the cookie. He really likes that cookie. And here we have Jean Lee's husband with their 2 kids. Now there's no PDA going on here, but you can definitely tell that a lot of PDA went on to create those 2 children. You know what I mean, Pastor Sky? And speaking of children, here's Tian and his wife and their children.
3 of them.
They have a lot of children. So, they were getting pretty close. And wow, here's Ewan and Pastor Nate. So cute. Look at all that affection going on here. Yeah. And, here we have some affection. Now, they aren't couples, but some bro love, some man love here. Some PDA going on. And then here we have Aaron and Chelsea, newlyweds. Yes. Look at that. Look at that fiery gaze peering into each other's minds and souls. Oops, how'd this one get in there? There's a... Yeah, it does. It's Pastor Sky. And, oh, wow. Now, Pastor Sky's not legally married, even though technically he's married to Pastor Kyla, but look at him make hot, passionate love to this rib bone here. He's really enjoying that, really getting in there. Nice. A lot of PDA going on there. What else we got? Oh, yeah, that's right. Darren. This is above and beyond. They're just making out here, Darren and Brianna, in front of some Aztec ruins. Huh.
Here's Charles here and Sophie.
Oh yeah, here's Charles and Sophie. Wow, Charles. Charles and Sophie, so funny.
Special Charles.
Charles is a very affectionate man. Look at him.
As always.
Here's another one of Darren and Brianna. This is actually their wedding invitation. If Sky wants PDA, he can sure get a good look at this. I suppose since I'm showing this on here, everybody is invited to Darren's wedding. I won't tell you when it is. I'll leave that up to Darren. I don't know if he has the budget for everybody to come. You can feel the hot, passionate love radiating from this invitation here.
Blessed couple.
So there you go, Pastor Sky. PDA does exist. In answering Pastor Sky's call for more PDA, as though we don't have enough, looking through all those Facebook photos there, Ina and I have, with much thought and consideration, we've decided to open an OnlyFans account. Yes, that's right. And you can subscribe. Do you know what OnlyFans is? No. Okay, that's okay.
Explain.
Yeah.
Explain, please.
It's some platform for, mostly people use it for sexually explicit content, but not ours. No.
Not for Providence.
No. And if you subscribe now to our OnlyFans, then you're going to get an invite code for 20% off. Just use the coupon code KissyFace. Our OnlyFans is unique in that there will be no lewd material. Instead, it will be a fetish for those who enjoy husband domination. It will be mostly Ina screaming and berating me, chasing me with a frying pan. So if you enjoy kinky things like that, then please subscribe today. Our handle is Savage Soviet and Whitey. All capital letters. This is the description of our account. Savage Soviet-era woman goes old school on Whitey. Whips and torture devices not necessary. Prepare for ultimate tongue lashing. No licking, but Whitey will get licked with words. Watch as nagging wife slowly drains hope and life out of submissive husband. Enjoy. Sky's talked on his podcast today, actually, about holidays and how Koreans, they celebrate all holidays, and especially between couples, they have so many holidays that they celebrate, and they have so many anniversaries, like the 50-day anniversary, the 100-day anniversary. Ina can relate. She likes those kinds of things, right? Well, Ina and I celebrate every day that we don't kill each other. Every morning I wake up and I touch my face. I'm like, oh, thank you, God, I'm still alive. My wife didn't smother me with a pillow in my sleep. That is what I thank God for every morning, and it is a holiday that I frequently celebrate. Pastor Sky was talking this week on his podcast about receiving deep inspiration from God to move back to Canada. He was inspired when the weather became warm and muggy in Malaysia. This last time when he went to Malaysia, he was partially inspired to go by death threats due to the leader of his cryptocurrency's platform running away with everybody's money. I think even as someone as dense as I am would receive the same inspiration to run to Malaysia. And then coincidentally, in Malaysia, when the weather got warm and muggy and he flooded somebody's house, he had the deep inspiration to run back to Canada. I'd like to thank Pastor Sky for all the material that he gives me every day on his podcast for this Provi Com. Anyway, it feels like I'm heckling Pastor Sky's podcast sometimes when I'm doing this Provi Com. But I need material. Oh, as long as we have Ina here, there is something, Pastor Sky, that Ina would like you to stop doing. And that is every time you have your podcast, you drill into us how old you are, how elderly you are, how you belong in a nursing home, how your bones are cracking. And Ina is highly offended by this because Ina is right around your age. So in calling yourself old, you're indirectly offending Ina. So we're going to need that to stop, Pastor Sky.
Thank you in advance.
I did enjoy last week's podcast that Pastor Sky put on. You remember the one when he was filming in the airport? When he was recording in the airport, Ina, and you could hear the airport announcements. It really added to the ambiance of the podcast, and I had a few suggestions, Pastor Sky, for future podcasts in strange situations. I think you should consider, James Corden does carpool karaoke. I think you should do a car wash podcast. It will be you inside of a car and a bunch of bristles and water spraying at your car, and try recording with that in the background. And I also think you should do a bowling alley one when you can hear the ball rolling down the lane and then the pin strike. That one would be fun. And one day, since you're so elderly, maybe you can do a podcast from a nursing home. You can hear the old people griping about the food in the background. Sounds of the nursing home. serene.
I don't know where the hell we're going.
Yes. I was in a bad mood, and she had the stomach cramps and the usual symptoms of the special time of the month. And whenever this happens, she always comes up to me and curses Eve and says,
I hate being a woman. I don't want to be a woman anymore. Why did God do this to Eve?
and my only response for her is, it's 2023. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to be a woman anymore. Oh, jeez. This janky mic. This week, something I did that I was very proud of was I cut down a huge 30-foot long tree limb off a tree, and it was 1 foot in diameter. I thought I was going to have to pay somebody, but as I identify as a Jew, I decided to risk my own life and try to take down this tree limb. Now it's like 20 feet in the air. So something, I don't know if it was from God or not, or just plain stupidity, but instead of doing it on a ladder, because I've witnessed people fall off ladders before and end up in the hospital, I decided to climb the tree, and I couldn't get good footing, so I basically built a tree house and encased myself in 2x4s just so I could cut this really big tree limb off. Now, Ina is very impatient, and she's standing directly underneath the tree limb, and she says, Chris, hurry up! What are you doing? Hurry up! And she has no self-awareness at all. None. No self-preservation. No center in her brain that gives you fear and so that you can protect your own life. None of that. Just standing underneath the tree limb. And I'm like, Ina, go away. Get out of here. It's not a safe space for you. Another example of this is when we're in Yellowstone National Park. Ina is trying to pet every single animal she sees, no matter how big it is. We've been told by and seen videos, and it's in writing all over the place, don't touch the bison, don't try to get near them within 20 feet. And I have to physically run after Ina because she's trying to pet the bison. And just a week earlier, some little girl went and tried to pet the bison and got gored. It bucked her with the horns, and she flew like 10 feet in the air. And luckily she survived. But Ina...
And blessed bride.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No protect.
Yeah, common sense, too. You need common sense. All right, well, this was the first trial of doing this thing with a video, and I'm sure I'm going to have to try a few things out to
Make it a little better.
Ina has to pee, so we're going to have to probably end it here. And if Sky keeps giving me more material on his podcast, then I can continue doing these. All right, so God bless. God bless you all.
Many blessings, sending love to all of you. Bye.